Hello, I'm Midget Miner and welcome to episode 4 on the Lemoncloud server. I wanted to start off today's episode by showing you the immense progress that has been made whilst I've been recording my hardcore video. Oh dear, armour off in the pet cemetery. This is the pet cemetery where all of Egmo's dead pets go, and also, I believe there's an unusual case. Yes, Chop Chop the Axe was insisted by one of the new members. There's so many new members, so I'm just going to tour around the village showing you. But not before I come to the market. The market's another new advancement so these two are my shops. So we've got cheaper than wools, emeralds, and some other bits and bobs, mending books, stone, because I had a lot of that. And then this is the shop that's making me less money than it costs to make, because of all those diamond blocks where I'm selling diamond blocks. Has anyone bought any? Yeah. And iron as well, which is at quite a cheap price, because I've already got it. But I have made 100k from my shops, which is pretty nice. Also, the castle wall, you can see that we've been doing a couple of raids, has been going really well. We've made lots of progress on the castle wall. You can probably tell by the beacon we've got a new person moved in next to us, not part of the village, but still quite friendly. This is Woolier's house, quite an unusual house, but it's also quite cool. I think he's moved out of it temporarily whilst he goes to... Oh, it's locked, okay. That's his secret entrance to another place, but I do have claims around here just in case. Over there are Shetboy and Frogless Gaming, and then if we head through this door right here, through our new castle wall, there's a lot of new houses been built. Hi Egmo. So this is, I think, Swifty died. There's all this stuff. This is Swifty, the most recent, moved in about 5 minutes ago. I've got a lake. I believe Squig has claimed that house right there. I don't think there's anyone else. I think there's a couple outside the village, but apart from that, nothing else. But the main thing that we've made lots and lots of progress on is... Oh, I remember now. I've got to go all the way around. I can't just waltz into the turret. I've got to go all the way to the main entrance. The keep is looking, well, it's looking like a building site at the minute with all the ladders and the platforms, which is actually quite cool. We've got this tunnel down here that leads to Bro's house, which he asked for in case of, I don't know, an emergency where he had to escape to here, in case there was an attack on the village, for example. But yeah, there's been a lot of progress recently, and I think the first thing we're going to start off with is more progress. I want to carry on with this keep work, so I'm just going to start off straight away with a time lapse of working on the keep. Let's go. Now that was quite a long time lapse, but I think it had to be because I wanted to make a lot of progress on this build, but without speeding it up so much that it was just all a blur. And I know those time lapses are quite boring for you guys, because, well, I can't do it from a third person view, so you can't really see the build coming together, which is really the point of the time lapse. You can sort of just see me placing blocks almost randomly, which is a bit boring. And another thing that happened, which was a bit rubbish, was I just messed up again. But I'm not even going to include this in the video this time because it just happens too often and it's boring getting it back. So I think I'm just going to get it back over time, but leave it out of today's video. we are very nearly finished with this build now. Obviously there's loads of interior to do, as you can probably tell if we just walk into this room. There is loads of interior to do, and there's a throne room to add onto the top, but the exterior is pretty much fully done, which I'm really happy about, because the only main build we need to do now is the outer walls. Then we'll be pretty much done with all the castle building, but we're not going to do any more castle building for today. Instead we're going to head over to the minigames district, because now that we have a PvP arena, like an actual PvP arena, we need to start working on some minigames for this area, because there is currently no point for this area. It's taking up a lot of space. So I thought we would just start making a minigame in this area, this corner right here. And I thought we could just start off with a really simple target game. You know, with some targets, you get bow and arrow, etc. Can you get targets in the shop? No. I actually have no idea how to craft a target. Okay, now we have 3. That's good. I'm going to make some slabs, some stairs at the bases, some slabs, add in some stairs. Now we need to hook up the redstone at the back. In fact, there is no redstone, we just pop the redstone lamps over the top, and then when we hit them, they should light up the lamps, and then we just cover it all up at the back. Put some logs up the side, add some slabs on the top. Obviously this isn't really a proper minigame, I just thought this area needed something to make it feel more game-ish. What I would like to do next is a bit of interior work, because this room is rubbish. It's terrible. There's nothing in it. It's big, but there's nothing in it. So I'm going to maybe add some pillars. I haven't actually decided what it's going to be yet. It could be like the grand meeting. Yeah, I think it's going to be like the planning room. I might try. In fact, let's do that now. Actually, before we go any further, let's get ourselves loads of empty maps and go around the whole castle trying to get a map of the surrounding area that we can put in the middle. I'm not sure what's going to happen to this tunnel here. We might have to make it come through a trapdoor or something. But first let's try and get those maps. Alright, that should be enough for now, so let's head back. But for this we also need leather, so I'm just going to go and buy some. You can get it at the Smart Mart. Pretty cheap as well. It's time this became no more than a trapdoor. I don't think we need one of those in here either. I think we're going to do a table just to here. And we're going to do the redstone piston thingy. I don't know if you've ever seen. It's quite a good effect for a table. You can go the pistons. This is the important part. Can you put item frames on it? Oh, you can. That's really helpful. Right, let's cover this whole thing in item frames. Yay! So we've got the beginnings of a big map, which is looking quite good. Now we need to do some chairs. So a big kingly chair. There we go. Very nice kingly chair. I look very kingly in this chair. And then some other chairs. I think the next thing I'm going to do to this room is add some big stone pillars in. One in. Yeah, this place definitely needs some lighting. I think we're just going to use brown carpets and some glowstone. That looks and feels a lot better. It's brighter and there's none of these ugly torches around. Get rid of this last one. I've added to the map, and I thought our base was relatively big, okay? We've got this big wall going all the way around. The keep's quite big. We've got this village as well, market out there. And then I found this, and I've seen it, and it's like a proper mega base. How I try to build my base where there's nothing else around. That's where I am. How did I build a base with a massive, that I thought nothing was around, and yet there's a massive mega base like 200 blocks that way? I don't know. I need to make a, I think it could go here actually. I was thinking to put it on one of those walls, but then, yeah, I like things to be symmetrical, so I think we should put a team wall. I want to put a team wall, who does what, etc. on this wall. I've finally finished the team wall. It's a bit of a weird shape. I kind of didn't want it to. I kind of wanted it to be symmetrical, but then someone else. In fact, I've just had another person who's decided to live here, so I'll add that on later. And I was going to put it on this wall, but you can't see it on that wall because of this big chair. Like, you have to do it in that shape, and it's just a bit awkward. So I decided to put it on this one, and on this one, I'm probably going to put announcements, village announcements, and on this one, I'm not actually sure, maybe a plan if there's ever a need for a plan. I'm not sure. So the next thing we're going to do is work on my bedroom and all the things like the kitchen and the bathroom, all the stuff that's going to go in the upstairs of this main big room. This is what I've got so far. Pretty simple. I obviously haven't finished and there's a lot of sorting to be done with these shulkers. Why they're not opening? There we go. There's a lot of sorting to be done with those shulkers. And just through here, I think I'm going to have doors there and there. And then through here, we're going to split it into 3. We're going to have a bathroom, so sort of coming out of that one. And then we're going to have a kitchen and an eating area. I did get all my stuff back, and I don't know if you've noticed, because I forgot to mention it because it's been quite a while since I got it. I've managed to get, this is ridiculous, 1.3 million. The most, that's 200k less than the most I've ever had, but I did have 2.8 million. I just spent it, as you can probably tell, and getting all my stuff back. But I still have 1.3 mil left over. Part of that will be for the crossbow and for the trident, but after that I'll still have a good 1 million left over. So I keep checking auction house, just to see, for example, a beacon. A beacon is the sort of thing I would spend my money on, or a nether star, just to see if that's overpriced, if there's anything good on. But what we're going to work on next is just these 3 rooms here, and possibly a bit more of the bedroom. It just shows that we didn't have much space. This is what I've got for the kitchen. All I've managed to fit in is a kind of corner stove thingy with my furnaces. Iron trapdoors make it look a bit more stovey. We've got this larder, fridge, whatever you want to call it, in there. And then we've got this sink. It's a nice little sink with the tap, the lever tap thing. We've done a checkered floor, classic kitchen thing. Not sure if it was classic ages ago when this castle is kind of themed on. And we just got a random crafting bench in the corner because everyone needs a crafting bench. Onto the bathroom. This is all I've got for the bathroom. Little sink, little toilet. Again, no space, no detail. Moving on to the dining room. This seriously lacks detail. We've even had to go with the floating table for now because of the 1-layer floor. We can't add the redstone piston table effect, which is really annoying. And we can't have a big kingly chair because of the way that basically all these rooms are terrible because of size, space and location. But we have got them all finished, and since I'm in a very castle building mood today, I think we're even going to go on. I'm going to try to finish the throne room. Now the throne room is going to be in a small building that sits just up here, from there to maybe there and there and there. And this is where I sit up there doing kingly things. So we're going to get straight on with that now. Because this is a 2-block centre room, I'm finding this chair so annoying to make. I'm just going to ignore the fact that I lost all my stuff again and calmly move on. I think I'm going to leave it there. I did manage to find out the chair. Oh, I'm not going to get through there in time, am I? I did manage to figure out the chair, kind of. Kind of. I didn't really. I did some diamond blocks to take my mind off it. And this is pretty much done. It's a pretty plain room. All I do is sit here and just look kingly, which I don't at the minute because I don't have netherite. So that's one of the tasks that I need to do. But we are nearly out of time for today's episode, and I want to finish it off since I'm in such a building mood with a time lapse, just finishing this whole thing. I want this whole building to be finished by the end of today's episode. Let's go. Done. Done, 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 done. Well, not totally done, there's still a few little bits to do, but basically the main bulk of this structure is done. So I'm going to leave that there today, and I've got one more thing I'd like to do before we finish the episode. I mean, you're not supposed to dig straight down, but I think I'll be fine, because basically the only thing that I haven't done yet in this sort of keep area, in this keep area, is the big underground storage system that I had planned. So we need to dig out a relatively big room just underneath here. Just added some ladders so we can actually get up and down, and I think this is a fair enough size. It didn't need to be massive, and if you think double chests, about 6 across, so that's 24 per wall. I think we'll have enough for a relatively big storage system. We can always expand it if we need to. Now we're going to add, just make it look nice basically. And for that, we're gonna... Who's this? Hello? No? Okay. For this, we're gonna just use some dark oak logs for the pillars in the... I definitely didn't need that many, that was a waste. We're gonna use a lot of spruce wood, and we're also gonna use a lot of birch wood. I'm just burning through my money. Okay, in the corner, we're gonna have the dark oak pillars. Should I skin them? Do a little better skinned. I think it does actually. I think I'm going to keep them skinned. They look nice like that. 2 in these corners as well. And then the floor, we're going to have a birch wood floor. There we go, very nice. And finally, we're going to have a spruce wood ceiling and walls. We're going to have a lot of leftover wood after this. I think on this back wall here, because of the 1 block centre, we're going to have shulkers. I think that'd be quite cool. I think we'll leave the bit where the ladder is for now, because I don't want to have to put the ladder back. And we need to add a ceiling. In goes the spruce. What on earth? What the heck was that? Hang on, I'm going to turn my chat on. Hello? Nope, he's in, he's out. Nice of you to drop in. And we're done with this room. No more Egmo's going to drop through the roof. Nope. Oh, I've just realised it's going to be smaller than I thought because the chests are going to go there. So we're only going to have a 3. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Is he just going to... Is this his house? This is his house. Right, we're done with that room. It's kind of smaller than I thought it was going to be. But we've made good progress today. We've done lots of off-camera work. We've done this room, which was blank and empty. Upstairs looks good. We've done the bedroom and the kitchen and stuff. And there's still a bit more work to be done, obviously, especially in here, it's very bare. We still need a door there, in fact I'm going to do that right now. Door, right. Good, that's been annoying me for a while. What?! He just appears in my room. He's following me around. Anyway, I'm going to log off now so he can't follow me anymore. I think that's it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. See ya.